Good evening, and welcome to Footnotes in Folly. I am Professor Reginald St. John Pemberton, and tonight we open one of Shakespeare's strangest and most beautiful late plays, The Winter's Tale. We give you the whole of it, complete and unabridged, in clear modern English. The plain rendering and the asides are my own. This is part 1. We begin at the court of Sicilia, where King Leontes and his boyhood friend King Polixenes of Bohemia have spent a long and happy visit together. But when Leontes' gracious Queen Hermione, at her husband's own urging, persuades Polixenes to stay a little longer, a sudden and groundless jealousy poisons the king's mind. He becomes certain, on no evidence at all, that his queen and his dearest friend have betrayed him. From that one black suspicion the whole house begins to fall. A friend driven into flight, a queen dragged to prison, and an innocent child about to be born under a father's curse. Let us begin.
Camillo and Archidamus enter. If you ever happen, Camillo, to visit Bohemia on the same kind of business that has now brought me here, you will see, as I have said, a great difference between our Bohemia and your Sicilia. I think that this coming summer the King of Sicilia intends to make the visit to Bohemia that he rightly owes him. And when he does, our welcome will shame us. We will have to rely on the proof of our affection. For truly, please, honestly, I speak only as freely as my knowledge allows. We cannot match you with such magnificence. In so rare a fashion, I hardly know what to say. We will give you sleepy drinks, so that your senses, unaware of our shortcomings, may at least accuse us as little as they praise us. You pay far too high a price for what is freely given. Believe me, I speak as my understanding teaches me and as my honesty urges me to say it. Sicilia cannot show too much kindness to Bohemia. They were brought up together as children, and such affection took root between them then, that it must still be branching out now. Since their grown rank and royal duties forced them apart, their meetings, though not in person, have been royally carried on through exchanges of gifts, letters, and loving embassies. In that way they have seemed to be together though absent, to shake hands across a vast distance, and to embrace from the far ends of opposing winds. May heaven preserve their love. I think there is neither malice nor any cause in the world that could change it. You have an unspeakable comfort in your young Prince Mamilius. He is a gentleman of the greatest promise I have ever seen. I fully share your hopes for him. He is a splendid child, one who truly heals the people and makes old hearts young again. Those who were already walking on crutches before he was born still wished to live long enough to see him become a man. Would they otherwise be content to die? Yes, if they had no other reason to want to live. If the king had no son, they would want to live on crutches, until he had one. They exit. Leontes, Polixenes, Hermione, Mamilius, Camillo, and attendants enter a state-room in the palace. 9 turns of the moon have passed since we left our throne unburdened. If we stayed as long again, my brother, we could fill all that time with thanks and still, forever, leave in your debt. So, like a zero set in a rich place, I add one thank you to multiply the many thousands that came before it. Save your thanks a while and pay them when you leave. Sir, that is tomorrow. My fears keep asking me what may happen or grow out of our absence. May no biting winds blow at home that make us say, this crop came up too truly. Besides, I have stayed long enough to tire your royalty. We are tougher than you can wear out, brother. I can stay no longer. 1 week longer. In truth, tomorrow. Then we will split the time between us, and on that I will accept no denial. Do not press me so, I beg you. No tongue in the world, none, could win me as quickly as yours could, and yours would win me now if there were need in your request, even though I needed to refuse it. My business drags me homeward. To hold it back would make your love a whip to me. My stay would be a cost and trouble to you. To spare us both, farewell, our brother. Tongue-tied, our queen. You speak. I thought, sir, I would keep silent until you had drawn oaths from him that he would not stay. You urge him too coldly. Tell him you are sure all is well in Bohemia. Yesterday's report declared as much. Say that to him, and you have beaten him past his best defense. Well said, Hermione. To say he longs to see his son would be a strong argument. But let him say so, and let him go, let him swear it, and he shall not stay. We will beat him away with spinning staffs. Yet, of your royal presence, I will risk borrowing 1 week. When you have my lord in Bohemia, I will give him my permission to let him stay there a month beyond the time fixed for our parting. And yet, good Leontes, believe me, I do not love you 1 tick of the clock less than any lady loves her lord. Will you stay? No, madam. No, but you will. Truly, I may not. Truly. You put me off with slippery vows. Even if you tried to swear the stars out of their spheres, I would still say, sir, you are not going. Truly, you shall not go. A lady's truly is as strong as a lord's. Will you still go? Must I keep you as a prisoner instead of a guest? Then you shall pay your fees when you depart and save your thanks. What do you say? My prisoner or my guest? By your dreaded truly, you shall be one of them. Your guest then, madam. To be your prisoner would imply I had offended, and that would be harder for me to do than for you to punish. Then I am not your jailer, but your kind hostess. Come, I will ask you about my lord's tricks and yours when you were boys. You were pretty little lords then. We were, fair queen, two boys who thought there was nothing beyond a tomorrow just like today, and that we would be boys forever. Was my lord not the greater rascal of the two? We were like twin lambs frisking in the sun and bleating at each other. What we exchanged was innocence for innocence. We knew nothing of wrongdoing, and never dreamed that anyone did. If we had continued in that life, and our weak spirits had never been raised higher by stronger blood, we could have answered heaven boldly, not guilty, clear of the guilt inherited by us all. From this we gather that you have stumbled since. O my most sacred lady, temptations have been born for us since then. In those unfledged days my wife was only a girl, and your precious self had not yet crossed the eyes of my young playfellow. May grace help us too. Do not draw that conclusion, or you will say your queen and I are devils. Yet go on. We will answer for the offences we made you commit, if you first sinned with us, continued your faults with us, and slipped with no one but us. Is he one yet? He will stay, my lord. At my request he would not. Hermione, my dearest, you never spoke to better purpose. Never? Never except once. What? Have I spoken well twice? When was the first time? Please tell me. Feed us with praise and make us as fat as tame creatures. One good deed that dies unspoken kills 1,000 others waiting behind it. Our praises are our wages. You may ride us 1,000 furlongs with one gentle kiss sooner than drive us 1 acre hot with spurs. But to the goal, my last good deed was to beg him to stay. What was my first? It has an elder sister, unless I mistake you. Oh, I wish her name were Grace. But once before I spoke to the purpose. When? No, let me have it, I long to know. Why, that was when 3 bitter months had soured themselves to death before I could make you open your white hand and join yourself to me in love. Then you said, I am yours forever. That is grace indeed. Look now, I have spoken to the purpose twice. One time earned a royal husband forever, the other has earned a friend for a little while. Hermione gives her hand to Polixenes. Too warm, too warm. To carry friendship too far is to mingle blood. I have a trembling of the heart on me. My heart dances, but not for joy, not joy. Such welcome may wear an open face, may take liberty from frankness, generosity, and a fertile kindness, and may become the one who does it. It may, I grant that. But to be patting palms, pinching fingers, as they are now, and making practice smiles as if before a mirror, and then sighing as if at the death, call for the dear. Oh, that is a kind of welcome my heart does not like, nor my brows either. Mamilius, are you my boy? Yes, my good lord. Indeed. Why, that is my fine fellow. What, have you smudged your nose? They say it is coppet from mine. Come, captain, we must be neat, not neat, but clean, captain. And yet the steer, the heifer, and the calf are all called neat. Still playing his fingers on her palm. How now, you playful calf? Are you my calf? Yes, if you wish, my lord. You lack the rough head and the little horn shoots I have to be fully like me. Yet they say we are almost as alike as eggs. Women say so, and women will say anything. But even if they were false as overdyed black cloth, false as wind, false as water, false as loaded dice, or wished to be by a man who sets no boundary between his own and another's, it would still be true to say this boy is like me. Come, Sir Page, look at me with your sky-blue eye, sweet villain. Dearest one. My own piece of flesh. Could your mother, can it be? Affection, your intention stabs to the center. You make things seem possible that were not thought possible. You communicate with dreams. How can this be? You act together with what is unreal, and make a companion of nothing. Then it is very believable that you may join with something real, and you do beyond your commission. I find it, and it infects my brain and hardens my brows. What does Sicilia mean? He seems somewhat unsettled. How is it, my lord? What cheer? How are you, best brother? You look as if your brow were full of disturbance. Are you troubled, my lord? No, in good earnest. How nature sometimes betrays its foolishness and tenderness, and makes itself a pastime for harder hearts. Looking at the lines of my boy's face, I thought I stepped back 23 years and saw myself before I wore breeches, in my green velvet coat, with my dagger blunted so it would not bite its master and prove, as ornaments often do, too dangerous. How like this little colonel, this young squash, this gentleman I thought I was then. My honest friend, would you take eggs for money? No, my lord, I will fight. You will? Then may good fortune be our share. My brother, are you as fond of your young prince as we seem to be of ours? When I am at home, sir, he is all my exercise, my joy, my subject. Now my sworn friend, then my enemy, my follower, my soldier, my statesman, everything. He makes a July day seem as short as December, and with all the changes of his childishness he cures in me thoughts that would thicken my blood. So this young fellow stands on duty with me. We two will walk, my lord, and leave you to your more serious steps. Hermione, show how much you love us by welcoming our brother well. Let everything dear in Sicily be counted cheap for him. Next to yourself and my young wanderer here, he is closest to my heart. You need us, we are yours in the garden. Shall we wait for you there? Do as you please. Wherever you are beneath the sky, you will be found. I am fishing now, though you do not see how I let out the line. Go on, go on. See how she lifts her face, her beak to him. See how she arms herself with the boldness of a wife before a husband who allows it. Polixenes, Hermione, and the attendants leave. Not already. I am caught through and through, knee-deep, over head and ears, a horned man. Go play, boy, play. Your mother plays, and I play too, but I play so shameful a part that the end of it will hiss me to my grave. Contempt and outcry will be my funeral bell. Go play, boy, play. There have been, unless I am badly mistaken, cuckolds before now, and many a man, even at this very moment, while I am saying this, holds his wife by the arm and never imagines that she has been open to another in his absence, and that his pond has been fished by his next neighbor, by Sir Smile, his neighbor. Well, there is some comfort in it, while other men have gates, and those gates are opened, as mine are, against their will. If every man with a faithless wife gave himself up to despair, 1/10 of mankind would hang themselves. There is no medicine for it. It is a filthy planet that strikes wherever it has power, and it is powerful, believe it, from east, west, north, and south. Let this be settled. There is no barricade for a woman's belly. Know it. It will let the enemy in and out bag and baggage. Many thousands of us have the disease and do not feel it. How now, boy? They say I am like you. Why, that is some comfort. What? Camillo there? Yes, my good lord. Go play, Mamilius. You are an honest man. Mamilius leaves. Camillo, this great gentleman will stay longer after all. You had great trouble making his anchor hold. Whenever you cast it out, it came home again. Did you notice that? He would not stay for your requests. He made his business seem more important. Did you perceive it? They are already here with me, whispering, murmuring, Sicilia is so, and so. It has gone far when I shall taste it last. How did it happen, Camillo, that he stayed? At the good queen's entreaty. At the queen's command. Good ought to fit, but as things are, it does not. Was this noticed by any understanding head but yours? Your mind is absorbent. It will take in more than common dull blocks. Was it noticed only by finer natures, by a few people with extraordinary judgment? Are lower ranks perhaps blind in this matter? Say. Matter, my lord? I think most people understand that Bohemia is staying here longer. Ha! Staying here longer. Yes, but why? To satisfy your highness, and the entreaties of our most gracious mistress. Satisfy? The entreaties of your mistress? Satisfy? Let that be enough. I have trusted you, Camillo, with the matters closest to my heart, even the secrets of my chamber. In those, like a priest, you have cleansed my breast, and I left you reformed like your penitent. But we have been deceived in your honesty, deceived in what only seems to be honesty. God forbid it, my lord. To stay on that point, you are not honest. Or, if you lean toward honesty, you are a coward which cuts honesty at the knees and keeps it from taking the course it should. Or else you must be counted a servant planted deep in my serious trust, and negligent in it. Or else you are a fool who sees a game played to the end, sees the rich stake won, and takes it all for a joke. My gracious lord, I may be negligent, foolish, and fearful. No man is free from all of these, but his negligence, his folly, or his fear sometimes shows itself among the countless acts of the world. In your affairs, my lord, if I was ever wilfully negligent, that was my folly. If I deliberately played the fool, that was my negligence, because I did not properly weigh the outcome. If I was ever afraid to do a thing when I doubted what would follow, though carrying it out cried out against leaving it undone, that was a fear that often affects even the wisest. These, my lord, are such accepted weaknesses that honesty is never entirely free of them. But I beg your grace, speak more plainly with me. Let me know my offense by its own face. If I then deny it, it is none of mine. Have you not seen Camillo? But that is beyond doubt. You have, unless your eyeglass is thicker than a cuckold's horn. Or heard. For rumor cannot be silent about a sight so obvious. Or thought. For thought does not live in a man who does not think. Have you not known that my wife is slippery? If you will confess it, do. Otherwise be shamelessly negative and say you have no eyes, no ears, no thought. Then say my wife is a wanton, deserving as foul a name as any flax, wench who gives herself before her marriage vow. Say it and justify it. I would not stand by and hear my sovereign mistress darkened like this without taking immediate vengeance. Curse my heart, you never spoke anything less worthy of you than this. To repeat it would be as deep a sin as the thing itself, even if it were true. Is whispering nothing? Is leaning cheek to cheek nothing? Is touching noses? Kissing with the inner lip? Stopping the course of laughter with a sigh, an unmistakable sign of breaking honesty? Resting foot on foot? Hiding in corners? Wishing clocks would hurry hours, minutes, noon, midnight, and that all eyes but theirs alone were blinded with film and web, so they could do wickedness unseen. Is this nothing? Then the world and everything in it is nothing, the covering sky is nothing, Bohemia is nothing, my wife is nothing, and these nothings have nothing in them, if this is nothing. Good my lord, cure yourself of this diseased opinion, and quickly, for it is most dangerous. Say it is dangerous, it is true. No, no, my lord. It is. You lie, you lie. I say you lie, Camillo, and I hate you. I pronounce you a gross clod, a mindless slave, or else a hovering time server who can see good and evil with your eyes at once and lean toward both. If my wife's body were infected as her life is, she would not live through the running of 1 hourglass. Who infects her? Why, the man who wears her like a medal hanging about his neck, Bohemia. If I had true servants about me, men with eyes for my honor as much as for their own profits and private advantage, they would do what should undo more doing. Yes, and you, his cupbearer, whom I raised from a lower condition and lifted to honor, you who may see as plainly as heaven sees earth and earth sees heaven how I am wounded, could spice a cup and give my enemy a lasting wink of sleep. That drink would be medicine to me. Sir, my lord, I could do this, and with no violent potion, but with a lingering dose that would not work maliciously like poison. But I cannot believe there is this breach in my dread mistress, who is so supremely honorable. I have loved you. Question that and go rot. Do you think I am so muddy-minded, so unsettled, that I would appoint myself to this torment, stain the purity and whiteness of my sheets, whose purity is sleep, but whose stain is goads, thorns, nettles, and wasp stings, and brings scandal on the blood of the prince my son, whom I do believe is mine and love is mine, without mature cause for it? Would I do this? Could any man so shrink from the truth? I must believe you, sir. I do, and I will remove Bohemia for it, provided that, when he is gone, your highness will take your queen back as your own, as she was at first, even for your son's sake, and by doing so seal up the injury that tongues might spread in courts and kingdoms known and allied to yours. You advise me exactly as I have already set down my own course. I will put no stain on her honor, none. My lord, go then, and with a face as clear as friendship wears at feasts, keep company with Bohemia and with your queen. I am his cupbearer. If he receives wholesome drink from me, count me no servant of yours. That is all. Do it, and you have 1/2 of my heart. Fail to do it, and you split your own. I will do it, my lord. I will seem friendly, as you have advised me. Lance leaves. O miserable lady! But what position am I in? I am supposed to become the poisoner of good Polixenes, and my reason for doing it is obedience to my master, a master who is at war with himself, and wants everyone who belongs to him to be the same. If I do this deed, promotion will follow. Even if I could find thousands of examples of men who struck down anointed kings and prospered afterward, I would not do it. And since neither brass, nor stone, nor parchment records even one such example, let villainy itself renounce the act. I must leave the court. Whether I do it or refuse to do it, I face a deadly danger. Let a lucky star rule now. Here comes Bohemia. Polixenes enters. This is strange. I think the welcome I had here is beginning to bend away from me. No greeting? Good day, Camillo. Greetings, most royal sir. What news is there in the court? Nothing unusual, my lord. The king has a look on his face as if he had lost some province, some country he loved as much as himself. Just now I met him with the usual courtesy, but he turned his eyes the other way, curled his lip in deep contempt, hurried away from me, and left me to wonder what is growing here that has so changed his behavior. I dare not know, my lord. What do you mean, dare not? Do you not know? Or do you know, and dare not tell me? Inform me. It must be something like that, because whatever you know for yourself, you must know. You cannot say you dare not know it. Good Camillo, your changed color is a mirror to me, showing that mine must be changed too, for I must have some share in this alteration since I find myself being treated differently by it. There is a sickness that has thrown some of us into disorder. But I cannot name the disease, and it has been caught from you, though you are still well. Caught from me? Do not make me seem like the basilisk, killing by sight. I have looked on thousands who were better for my favor, but never killed anyone that way. Camillo, as you are surely a gentleman, and also learned and experienced qualities that honor our nobility no less than the noble names of our parents, through whom we inherit rank, I beg you, if you know anything that I ought to be told, do not imprison it in a concealment that leaves me ignorant. I may not answer. A sickness caught for me while I am well. I must have an answer. Do you hear me, Camillo? I charge you by every part of man that honor recognizes, and this request of mine is not the least of them. Tell me what harm you suspect is creeping toward me, how far away it is, or how near, how it may be prevented, if it can be, and if it cannot, how I may best endure it. Sir, I will tell you, since I am charged in the name of honor, and by one whom I think honorable. So listen to my advice, which must be followed as quickly as I speak it, or both you and I are lost, and then good night to us both. Go on, good Camillo. I have been appointed by him to murder you. By whom, Camillo? By the king. For what reason? He thinks with complete certainty he swears, as if he had seen it or helped tempt you into it himself, that you have touched his queen in a forbidden way. Oh, then let my best blood turn to infected jelly, and let my name be yoked with the name of the man who betrayed the best. Let my freshest reputation turn into a stench that strikes even the dullest nose wherever I arrive, and let my approach be avoided, no hated, worse than the greatest infection ever heard or read about. You may swear against his belief by every single star in heaven and all their powers, but you might as well forbid the sea to obey the moon as try by oath to remove, or by counsel to shake, the structure of his madness. Its foundation is fixed on his faith in it, and it will last as long as his body stands. How could this have grown? I do not know, but I am sure it is safer to avoid what has grown than to question how it was born. So, if you dare trust my honesty, which is enclosed in this body, and which you shall carry with you as a pledge, leave tonight. I will quietly tell your followers what must be done, and by twos and threes, through different postern gates, I will get them out of the city. As for myself, I will put my fortunes in your service, since by revealing this I have lost them here. Do not hesitate. By the honor of my parents, I have spoken the truth. If you try to test it, I dare not stay by you, nor will you be any safer than a man condemned by the king's own mouth, with execution sworn upon it. I believe you. I saw his heart in his face. Give me your hand. Be my pilot, and your position shall always stand near mine. My ships are ready, and my people expected me to leave 2 days ago. This jealousy concerns a precious creature. Because she is rare, it must be great, and because his person is powerful, it must be violent, and because he believes he is dishonored by a man who always professed friendship to him, his revenge must be all the more bitter for that. Fear covers me. Let swift action be my friend, and comfort the gracious queen, who is part of his charge, but has no part in his badly taken suspicion. Come, Camillo. I will respect you as a father if you carry my life away from here. Let us escape. I have the authority to command the keys of all the postern gates. Please, your highness, take advantage of this urgent hour. Come, sir, away. They exit. Hermione enters with Mamillius and her ladies. She gives the boy over to the ladies, saying he troubles her so much that it is more than she can bear. Come, my gracious lord. Shall I be your playmate? No, I want none of you. Why, my sweet lord? Because you will kiss me too hard and talk to me as if I were still a baby. I like you better. And why is that, my lord? Not because your eyebrows are darker, though dark eyebrows, they say, suit some women best, as long as there is not too much hair there, but only a semicircle or a half moon drawn with a pen. Who taught you that? I learned it from women's faces. Now tell me, what color are your eyebrows? Blue, my lord. No, that is teasing. I have seen a lady's nose that was blue, but never her eyebrows. Listen. The queen your mother is growing round very quickly. One of these days we shall be serving a fine new prince, and then you would be glad to play with us, if we would let you. She has grown lately into a noble size. May good fortune attend her time. What wise talk is going on among you? Come, sir, now I am ready for you again. Sit by us, please, and tell us a story. Should it be a happy one or a sad one? As happy as you like. A sad story is best for winter. I have one about spirits and goblins. Let us have that one, good sir. Come, sit down. Come now, do your best to frighten me with your spirits. You are very good at it. There was a man. No, come, sit down first, then go on. Who lived beside a churchyard. I will tell it softly, so those crickets over there will not hear it. Come then, and whisper it in my ear. Leontes enters with Antigonus, lords and guards. Was he met there? His attendants? Camillo with him? I met them behind the clump of pines. I never saw men hurry so hard on their way. I kept my eyes on them until they reached their ships. How blessed I am in my right judgment, in my true opinion. Alas, to know less would have been better. How cursed I am to be so blessed. A spider may be steeped in a cup, and a man may drink and go away without feeling the poison, because he does not know it is there. But if someone shows him the hateful thing, and makes him know what he has drunk, he heaves until his throat and ribs nearly split. I have drunk, and I have seen the spider. Camillo helped him in this, acted as his go-between. There is a plot against my life and my crown. Everything I suspected is true. That false villain I employed was already employed by him. He uncovered my plan, and I am left a pinched little thing, a mere trick for them to play with as they please. How were the back gates opened so easily? By his great authority, which has often had as much power as your own command. I know it too well. Give me the boy. I am glad you did not nurse him. Though he carries some signs of me, there is too much of your blood in him. What is this? A joke. Take the boy away. He shall not come near her. Away with him, and let her amuse herself with what she is pregnant with, for it is Polixenes who has made you swell like this. Mamillius exits with some of the guards. But if I said he had not, I would swear. You would believe my saying it, however. You have learned to say no. My lords, look at her. Mark her well. If you are about to say, she is a handsome lady, the justice in your hearts will add, it is a pity she is not honest, not honorable. Praise only this outward form of hers, which, by my faith, deserves high praise, and immediately the shrug, the hum, the ah, those little marks that slander uses know I speak wrongly, that pity uses, for slander will burn virtue itself. These shrugs, these hums and ahs come between, after you have said, she is handsome, before you can say she is honest. But let it be known from the man who has most cause to grieve that it should be so, she is an adulteress. If a villain said that, the fullest villain in the world, he would be even more a villain for saying it. You, my lord, are only mistaken. You are the one mistaken, my lady, taking Polixenes for Leontes. O you thing, whom I will not call a person of your rank, because then barbarity, using me as an example, might apply the same language to every degree and leave out the proper distinction between prince and beggar. I have said she is an adulteress. I have said with whom. More than that, she is a traitor, and Camillo is her ally, one who knows what she ought to be ashamed to know herself except with her most vile partner. That she is a bed-breaker as bad as those women whom common people call by the boldest names, and that she knew of their recent escape. No, by my life, I knew nothing of this. How this will grieve you when you come to clearer knowledge, and see that you have publicly disgraced me like this. Gentle my lord, even then you will hardly be able to make me fully right again by saying you were mistaken. No. If I am mistaken in the foundations I build on, then the center of the earth is not wide enough to hold a schoolboy's spinning top. Take her away to prison. Whoever speaks for her is guilty, at least in the fact that he speaks. Some evil planet rules this hour. I must be patient until the heavens look on us more favorably. Good my lords, I am not quick to weep, as women commonly are. The lack of that useless moisture may perhaps dry up your pity. But I have an honorable grief lodged here that burns worse than tears can drown. I beg you all, my lords, with thoughts shaped by the charity that best instructs you, judge me fairly, and so the king's will shall be carried out. Will I be obeyed? Who is going with me? I beg your highness, let my women come with me, for you see my condition requires it. Do not weep, good foolish ones, there is no cause. When you know your mistress has deserved prison, then pour out tears as I come out. This thing I go to now is for my better honor. Farewell, my lord. I never wished to see you sorry. Now I trust I shall. My women come, you have permission. Go. Do as we command. Away. The queen and ladies exit with the guards. I beg your highness, call the queen back. Be certain of what you are doing, sir, or your justice may prove to be violence, and 3 great people will suffer in it, yourself, your queen, and your son. For her, my lord, I would lay down my life, and will do it, sir, if you will accept it as proof that the queen is spotless in the eyes of heaven, and toward you, I mean in the matter you accuse her of. If she proves otherwise, I will keep my stables in the same place where I lodge my wife. I will go yoked beside her and trust her no farther than I can feel and see her. Every inch of woman in the world, yes, every grain of woman's flesh, is false if she is false. Hold your peace. Good my lord. We speak for you, not for ourselves. You are being deceived, and by some instigator who will be damned for it. I wish I knew the villain. I would ruin him utterly. If she is stained in honor, I have 3 daughters. The eldest is 11, the second and third are 9 and about 5. If this proves true, they will pay for it. By my honor, I will geld them all. They shall not live to 14 to bring false generations into the world. They are my co-heirs, and I would rather cut myself than have them produce anything but honest children. Stop. No more. You sense this business as coldly as a dead man's nose, but I see it and feel it as you feel what you touch and see besides the instruments that do the feeling. If it is so, then we need no grave to bury honesty. There is not a single grain of it left to sweeten the face of this whole filthy earth. What? Do I lack belief? I would rather you lacked it than I did, my lord, on this ground, and it would please me more for her honor to be true than for your suspicion to be true, whatever blame might come to you for it. Why should we consult with you about this, instead of following our own powerful prompting? Our royal right does not require your counsel, but our natural goodness shares this matter with you. If you, either dull or pretending dullness, cannot or will not taste the truth as we do, then inform yourselves. We need no more of your advice. The matter, the loss, the gain, and the ordering of it all belong properly to us. And I wish, my liege, you had tested it only in your private judgment, without making any more open move. How could that be? Either age has made you extremely ignorant, or you were born a fool. Camillo's flight, added to their closeness, which was as plain as suspicion could ever need, lacking only sight, needing no proof except seeing, since every other circumstance pointed to the deed, pushes this action forward. Yet for greater confirmation, for in a matter of such importance, it would be most pitiful to act wildly. I have sent in haste to sacred Delphos, to Apollo's temple, Cleomenes and Dion, whom you know to be fully capable men. From the oracle they will bring back everything, and once I have that spiritual counsel, it shall either stop me or spur me on. Have I done well? Well done, my lord. Though I am satisfied and need no more than what I know, the oracle shall still give rest to the minds of others, such as this man, whose ignorant unbelief will not rise to the truth. So we have thought it good that she be confined away from our free person, in case the treachery of the 2 who fled from here has been left for her to carry out. Come, follow us. We must speak in public, for this business will stir us all to laughter, I think, if the good truth were known. They exit. Paulina enters with a gentleman in attendance, outside the prison. She tells them to call the prison keeper, and make sure he knows who she is. The gentleman goes. Paulina speaks of the queen with pity. No court in Europe is too good for her, so what is she doing in prison? The gentleman returns with the jailer. Now, good sir, you know me, do you not? I know you as a worthy lady, and as one I greatly honor. Then please take me to the queen. I may not, madam. I have direct orders against it. What trouble this is to lock up honesty and honor away from the access of kind visitors. Is it lawful, please, to see her women? Any of them? Amelia? If you please, madam, to send these attendants of yours aside, I shall bring Amelia out. Please, call her now. Withdraw, all of you. The gentlemen and attendants leave. And madam, I must be present during your conversation. Well, let it be so, please. The jailer exits. Here is such effort to make something spotless look stained that it goes beyond all coloring. The jailer returns with Amelia. Dear gentlewoman, how is our gracious lady? As well as someone so noble and so abandoned can hold herself together. After her fears and griefs, which no tender lady has ever borne more severely, she has been delivered somewhat before her time. A boy? A daughter and a fine baby, strong and likely to live. The queen takes much comfort in her and says, My poor prisoner, I am as innocent as you. I would swear to that. These dangerous, unstable fits in the king, curse them. He must be told of it, and he shall be. This duty best suits a woman. I will take it on myself. If I turn sweet-tongued, let my tongue blister and never again be the trumpet of my red-faced anger. Please, Amelia, give my deepest obedience to the queen. If she dares trust me with her little baby, I will show it to the king, and undertake to be her advocate as loudly as I can. I do not know how he may soften at the sight of the child. The silence of pure innocence often persuades when speaking fails. Most worthy madam, your honor and goodness are so plain that your willing undertaking cannot fail to have a successful outcome. No lady living is so fit for this great errand. If your ladyship will come into the next room, I will immediately tell the queen of your most noble offer. Only today she was shaping this very plan, but dared not try any honorable servant, for fear she would be refused. Tell her, Amelia, that I will use the tongue I have. If wit flows from it as boldly as courage flows from my heart, do not doubt that I shall do good. Now may you be blessed for it. I will go to the queen. Please come a little nearer. Madam, if it pleases the queen to send the baby, I do not know what penalty I may incur by letting it pass, since I have no warrant. You need not fear that, sir. This child was prisoner to the womb, and by the law and process of great nature has been freed and released from there. She is not a party to the king's anger, nor guilty of the queen's trespass, if there is any. I do believe it. Do not be afraid. On my honor, I will stand between you and danger. They all exit.
And there we pause, with the storm only gathering. Leontes' jealousy has already cost him his friend Polixenes fled by night with the warning of the faithful Camillo, and now it has cost him his queen her liberty. Hermione lies in prison, and there has borne him a daughter he will not own. Only the fierce and loyal Paulina dares to carry that newborn babe to the raging king. Next time, in part 2, a child cast out, an oracle defied, and a trial that ends in death. Mind the footnotes, and beware the folly.